We're starting with a bang this morning, right? Literally. Picking up exactly where I left off yesterday. What have we got? Good morning, good morning. Hi, 1, 2, 3. Fill your names here. I don't know if I need to warn about headphones and stuff. I guess whatever, people can see what they can see. This thing's no longer sliding. Yoisho. So I should look at this at least and say hello or whatever. Oh, nothing much going on yet this morning. Okay, I'll just keep at it here. The noise should last for the first 10 minutes or so. Then after that, it'd be quiet, crunchy carving. So the noise shouldn't be all that long. This is the part where I always scoop too much. I chronically scoop too much, right exactly at that point. You can see in a bunch of my blocks, it's almost a trademark. Right there on the edge. I put this chisel down too far. I scoop too much and it goes through the edge. Seems I got away with it this time. Oops. I still on camera? What am I doing here? Alright, I think that's it for this one. Now we switch for a couple minutes to the biggest one, make some real noise around the outside here, and then the rest of the session today will be quiet, scratchy carving. So let me just whack off, get rid of the biggest amount around the edge here. My desk is sliding too. Little point here, I leave the corner. It's a little bit close. We'd like to get rid of this because it'll pick up pigment from the brush. But if I get rid of this corner, then when we're printing later on the back side, the block will wobble and wobble and wobble and wobble. That's one reason why these blocks are quite a bit bigger. They're 2 centimeters bigger than we need to be, because I really want to leave these corners. You don't absolutely have to have them. I could put something there. You put a sponge or something underneath it to stop it, but it's better to have the corners still there. So. Okay, just this piece left, then we can have a quiet session. Is that it? Okay, let's have a look at what's in the chat and then do some quiet clearing work here. What have you got over here? Sharpen the big chisel with the curved sanding block. We were talking about that yesterday. Sharpening this chisel. I don't know where the stone is. Just a second here. Étonné. I don't think I can do that. I've got my stone hidden somewhere here. It's on a shelf. I don't use that one day by day, just every few weeks. I don't know where it is. Whatever, when the camera gets you, maybe we can hunt around a bit and try and find it. Is this the first color block? No, this is the second one. We finished the back side. This was the first color block, the one that was going to do the background parts of this image. And this is the second one. This is going to be the base tone for the woody and bamboo areas. And this work is going extremely slowly, of course, because the only time I get to work on it is in these morning sessions. A job like this, it's not even a day's job, whatever, 5 simple color faces like this. What's my total time on each one? A couple of hours, so it's a day and a half's work or something. How many times have I replaced the peg? It's I've lost it. I know this is not my peg. This is the peg from Chon-san, who has been carving upstairs. I stole it. My peg is gone, and I know what's happened. I know my peg was getting a little bit old. It was getting bashed up. It didn't quite look so good anymore, and I was thinking about making a new one. But it was on my desk. Probably was on the floor next to my desk, and somebody cleaned up. Somebody came up and swept up stuff, and it disappeared. So the other day I stole from upstairs Chon-san's. It's just a piece of wood, nothing special, nothing dramatic at all. Have I ever damaged the finished side when I hammer out the other side? Well, not in recent years. In the old days when I was not so careful, yeah, it would do something. Now, I know you saw me. I've been like throwing this thing around just now, bang, bang, bang. I mean, I know what's okay and what's not okay. We have no delicate areas here. We have nothing that's going to break off. If there was lettering or something that would get dinged, we're in big trouble. What I have to avoid is if I've got something like this, if there's a big chunk under here, I'm hammering on the top. This is dangerous, obviously. So what I've been doing the past 10 minutes, you haven't really seen it. Every now and then I take the thing and sweep it and rub it off. I'm making sure there are no big things underneath here that will bang it. I'm a bit rough with this maybe, but I know where we're at. There's still paper on top of this which protects it to a certain degree. But yeah, of course, when you're working on one side, you have to be considerate of what's on the back side, you know. And if there are, you know, a delicate face or a nose or something, you really, really, really have to be careful. We'd get a piece of cardboard, tape it over, protect it, cover the back. In fact, you can see I've done that on the key block itself. While I was carving the key block, I didn't want to scratch the back, so it's protected. I put a piece of cardboard, thick card. I sprayed it on and put it. And that's going to come off soon when I do that block. So yeah, you have to be careful with the back. Do people make a lot of Space Odyssey jokes when you ask them to do things for you? Is there something I don't get here? My name is not Hal. I don't know. Do people make a lot of Space Odyssey jokes when you ask them to do things for you? I'm sorry, I'm not getting the reference. I'm not getting the joke. It's probably something simple, but I don't get it. I'm sorry. I saw that movie, you know, in theaters on first release. I stood in line to see it, like on the first weekend. It would have been 1978, 1979, somewhere on there. When was it? I was in Toronto. I saw it on first release. It had a lot of hype before they got it into the theaters, and there were lineups. Can you explain the joke? Ah, okay. I get it. I'm sorry. I should have got that. I'm sorry. I can't do that, Dave. Yes. Sorry about that. It's a bit of a whatever. What can I say? I'm still a bit dazed the last couple of days. And when Cameron gets here this morning, we've got some things to share, I guess. So he's sort of off the hook. Something happened a couple of days ago that looked for a while like he had really, really screwed up. This isn't actually what happened, but it looked for a while like he had just done something so bad it was going to cause me so much trouble. And he pressed the button to allow an upgrade on the OS, you know. We talked about this a bit yesterday. It actually wasn't totally his fault, because I had said before, let's avoid any big updates, you know, from 10.13 to 10.14 or something. But this seemed like a minor update, 10.13.3 to 10.13.4. And it has been a total disaster, an absolute total disaster. It's killed, destroyed our custom bookkeeping software. And he was thinking like it was his fault because he's the one that pressed the button. But I had earlier said, look, the minor updates are probably okay. Let's just get rid of the noise and go with it. So I had given him the all clear to do it. So it's not on his shoulders. But then yesterday when I dug into the thing to try and fix the problem, you know, the problem is something inherent in the way it draws fonts. It turned out that the problem was way bigger than I expected. We've got a really big problem on our hands. people have been bugging me for a long time now. Dave, make sure your websites are all secure servers. Switch from HTTP to HTTPS. Put certificates on the site and go secure. Google will love you. Something you got to do. And I had been just postponing. I didn't want to mess with the thing. We don't accept credit cards directly on the site. We don't need a secure system. We don't take any information from people at all, other than like the name and address to send prints, which is all basically public information. So we don't have some database that's going to get hacked, and we're not worried about that. But it was forced by PayPal. And PayPal has warned us for the past couple of years, actually. They've got an upgrade thing in place. And the deadline for what they call postbacks to be upgraded to secure service, the deadline has arrived. It arrived this week. And they've been warning me for years. A year to go, 6 months to go, 3 months to go. Be careful. And when we send somebody from our shopping cart over to PayPal, and they pay in PayPal, PayPal sends us that information through a system. They send us, our system answers, and they reply. It's all done automatically through something called postbacks. And they will no longer post back to a non-secure server. So we had a script on our server that was an HTTP / blah 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 Mokohankan, ready to listen to PayPal and collect the information about who paid for what print so we could ship it. But as I said, they've stopped doing that for HTTP sites. So that forced our hand a few days ago, and I switched over. I bought a certificate and switched the Mokohankan website to a secure server system. No problem, except what I hadn't remembered and what I hadn't realized is that our own bookkeeping software also communicates with our website. So I had to change the bookkeeping software to use secure sockets, to use a secure socket, SSL, instead of an HTTPS socket, instead of an HTTP socket. And my software, the framework I'm using, doesn't do that. It's an old framework dating from the early 2000s, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, but I now see that I cannot create code that posts to a secure server. So our bookkeeping system, the integration with our website, has simply disappeared. It's destroyed. It's gone. Our bookkeeping system can't talk to the website, and it can't read from the website. And this is a big deal. For example, if you're a subscriber to one of our prints, no problem. Our bookkeeping system on the first of the month says, aha, this gentleman needs loot print number 4. It prepares an invoice for loot print number 4, sends it to our Ome shipping center, gets it all ready, posts it to our website. The subscriber looks at the information on our website, jumps to PayPal, pays it. It comes back to our system. The ladies see the payment's been received. Out goes the print. And those stages of communication are broken. And this is the fundamental basis of our entire bookkeeping and subscription system. Okay, what I'm doing here again, we've talked about this before, just so people know. I guess there's always a lot of new viewers almost every day, maybe. What's going to happen here is the areas that you see in yellow-green are the areas that will actually be the ones that do the printing. So we're taking away the wood that is not needed for the printing. Later, the printing paper will come on here flat, it'll be rubbed, and that area will make a print. That's sort of the land, and these are the seas, the ocean basins. We have to carve these away so that pigment doesn't touch the paper. And when I used my big chisels, it left the bottom of those seas quite rough. Some of the areas here, it's a bit rough and jagged. And it doesn't matter really, because the paper is not going to touch those places. But we've learned that when we make many, many prints, 50, 100, 150, 200, pigment bit by bit builds up on these jagged, rough places. It comes up like a small mountain under sea to the point where it at one point touches the paper. So what I'm doing now, this stage here, is I'm getting rid of the roughness in these ocean basins so that pigment doesn't build up over time as we are printing. And again, people who are doing not so many prints, if you're making 10 prints or 15 or whatever, you're okay, because it doesn't have time to build up. But when you're working with many, many hundreds of copies, even if you wash the thing, when you're working with a lot of copies at the same time, pigment will build up. So that was what I was trying to do there, smooth these out. I'm glossing over the fact that it's just part of my compulsive character too, that I don't want to leave any roughness. So. But we'll leave that aside. I think for the next part I should be able to zoom in a bit more, I think. Give me a minute. Let's see. In the next part now, over the past couple of days, the knife has been used to cut the outlines here. These are all cut. The next stage was, as you saw, the large chisel to pull away most of the unneeded wood. And the final stage now is the bullnose chisels, the chisels that we call aiski. These chisels are now going to take away the wood that's right up to the line, leaving a clean, clear block. I think again, well, it's going to be moving around a lot, so to make sure I keep it in the right place for the camera, I'm going to pull the scope in here. Get the light on. Let's see, where am I going to start here? Let's start here. So let's get the scope. Hang on a sec, get the camera. Somewhere on there. Oops, no. Somewhere on there, okay? Yeah. What's in the chat that I've been missing? Oh, look at this. God. Sorry, guys, I have no idea. Long. Computers and games. Okay, all right. Yeah, this is the Patreon print. This is the pair of prints for what we call the Patreon Chibis. This will be the pair that goes out in 2018. The first one will be the spring 2018 print. And it's due, I guess, next month, or May or June. I'm not sure exactly when. June, I guess. So these actually should have been ready by now, but whatever. Then you'll also see sometime in the next couple of weeks, I have to get ready with the next Patreon project, which is the Patreon, what we call the Share Certificate, or Share in the Fun Certificate. It's something we cooked up a year ago, and then I just put it on the back burner thinking I'll get to that next year when it's time. And next year has arrived, and here we are. So I've got to get that going next week. I wonder if Cameron's actually going to be here today. He still feels he's sort of responsible for that thing the other day, so he's going to tiptoe in here with his head ducked. You know? It's not his fault at all, you know. Because he's the one that pressed the button to allow the update. You know, he's thinking that, oh my God, I've destroyed this and caused David so much extra work and stuff like this. I should rag him about that. Oh, geez, you know, I didn't get any sleep last night because of that screw up you made the other day. I should start this. Now you see there's a really hard spot in the wood here. And I think when I was pasting it down, I must have made sure I avoided that spot. We talked about it. It's chipped out down here. But if that had been in the middle of a color area, we'd have been in trouble. So that's part of the thing. When you're pasting down color separations, you have to make sure that bad spots on the wood are not going to fall in an important place. people talk about those corners. Why do we pop out the corners? And this is it. When the corners popped out here, then you can get your chisel in to start smoothing away against the line. But that corner isn't popped out. There's no way to get into there. Looks nice. Just follow the geography, and just go round and round and round. Are we on the view? Yeah. This is really crunchy, this one. Yeah. I think yesterday we were talking about the wood, the new wood we bought the other day. What day was it? Tuesday? No, Wednesday afternoon. Aoyamas and I went down to the markets. We talked about this yesterday stream. We bought a bunch of wood. We bought, a tree, quote unquote. And he took a bunch of pictures while we were down there. But unfortunately, yesterday morning, I guess I can say this without invading his privacy. Yesterday morning, Aoyama-san's family called. They live down in Kansai. And his father has become very, very ill. And Aoyama-san simply dropped everything now. He's just dropped all his tools. And he's run down there on the train. So he's gone now for as long as it takes. He'll be back after basically his father is dying. So after his father has passed away, he'll be back. So I don't have the pictures for you right now. They're on Aoyama-san's phone, and I can't bother him about stuff like this right now. So he's in the middle of a family emergency. So I'm sorry to tease you with this, but we'll get the pictures of those trees, of that tree, when we get them. But I can't bother the guy right now. So. So construction downstairs at the moment is just absolutely, totally frozen. I'm sitting up here wrestling with these issues. Aoyama-san is off with his family, and downstairs is just sleeping. The door is closed, the lights are out. Ah, the rent is racking up. We're paying rent, you know, of course. The new very high rent down there is just, it's like a meter clicking over, tick, 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 you know, every day, ka-ching, 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 we pay, you know. We don't pay the rent on a daily basis, but you see what I mean, the meter is running down there, and whatever, can't be helped, can't be helped. You know, we're maybe foolish to try and do this stuff all by ourselves, or we're heroes, I don't know. I can't tell the difference. We're heroes or we're idiots. I don't know. How's it looking? See, nice and smooth. You know, it's beautiful. I love this part, the blocks like this. Before we put the paint on, it's nice smooth wood. Something it floats my boat, and I don't know, something attractive about it. I don't know, you know, we don't know our internal, you know, DNA and stuff. Just there's something about this job still, after all these years, 40x years of doing it, it's still just so much fun. And what I'm doing now doesn't seem like fun. It's not, wow, look at this, he's having fun. But it is. It's something very, very satisfying work. And I can't verbalize it or talk about it or anything like that. But I could just do this all day. After 40 years, I can still have fun doing this all day. I think if I were just a carver clearing color blocks, no, of course it would get a bit dreary after a while. But it's not like that. I do hunch preparation. I do printing. I do all kinds of different parts. You know, so there's enough variation in the job. And enough, what's the word? Not postpone pleasure. What is it? When you do something and the reaction and the pleasure doesn't come for a long time, you have to work for a long time first, and then the result comes up later on. So all the way through the time you're doing it, there's this quiet background anticipation thing that is there. That, you know, I know this is going to look cool, and what's it going to look like, and how's it going to work out? It's not stress, it's the opposite. It's some sort of pleasurable anticipation, you know. I don't know how to verbalize it, but it's there all the way through, you know. I mean, this print will, at some point, they're gonna, you know, one of our printers is gonna be delivering it to me, and I'll sit there with, you know, X hundred copies of this print in hand and look at it and get the feeling of, okay, there we are, good job, okay, good. Now move on to the next one. so the moment of pleasure at the end of the day, end of the thing, is kind of short, but it doesn't matter. It's all the leading up to it, and all the bit by bit. Check and see what's happening over here. Lots of stuff I'm missing here. I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. Lots of stuff I'm missing. I'm not sure. I'm missing question. Do you cut the carving bits with a bandsaw? I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's no I don't know, electrical tools in our work. I know when we're buying wood, the tree we bought the other day, the tree trunk we bought the other day, of course we had it sliced up on a bandsaw. We don't try and do that kind of work by ourselves. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I just cut into the conversation there, but so we use electrical tools for preparing some of the wood and things like that, but there's no other tools we use other than the hand cutting tools you've seen me use on this stream. Cutting knives and chisels, that's it for the actual work itself. We don't use planes or CNC machines or routers or whatever. All the cutting work is done by hand. But for planing the wood blocks, for getting it ready for printmaking, yes, machines are part of the process, absolutely. But I may have misunderstood the question. I just dropped my nose in there. So. Yeah, the time was it coming up to 9 o'clock, so we should be getting our guest. Cameron Chan should be here. We're trying to figure out this stream. We had lots of problems with the stream yesterday. So what I've done today, we're wired in. There's no Wi-Fi here. I'm wired to our network. The software, I've killed every other software on the machine here. I think yesterday I left Safari running in the background, and there could have been web content in there that was chewing up CPU. I don't know. So we'll try this today. There's nothing else running. No other machine. Every other machine in the building has gone to sleep. I'm showing drop frame 0. We've been live for 46 minutes. CPU is at 14%. Lights are all green. Cameron Chan should be here in a few minutes. Let's see how it changes when he gets here. It's sort of gone beyond a joke now that the stream goes down towards the end of the stream. And I don't know really, I'm a little bit, I don't want to blame Twitch and stuff like that, but I don't know. The first sections of all the streams are okay, and after about 45 minutes or an hour, things do start to go crazy. I'm not quite sure how I can diagnose that. Yesterday was crazy. The stream came up in like 12 pieces at the end of the day. We've got a fabulous net connection here. We've tested it many times. I'm getting wonderful numbers, uploads and downloads. Here in Tokyo, we have one of the best internet services in the world, hardware-wise. It's just fantastic. There's no reason for there to be stream trouble. Also, on the situation, we did the renovation on the front of the building on Tuesday. It's now, Friday. It's now Friday morning. So it's been 3 days since we did that. And, sometimes on these morning streams, I've sat here and every now and then I go like this. And I hear sounds up above. We've had, the rats that live in the ceiling up here. I have not heard them now. I heard no sound of them yesterday. I've heard no sound of them today. We have no idea what's going on. All we know is that we blocked a bunch of holes on the front of the building. We ripped off an old rotten few boards and some stuff that would overhang that was out there. And we replaced it with new fresh wood. We put aluminum flashing over all the gaps and riveted it down. And there are now it's not airtight, but there's no holes anymore that you can actually see. Everything's caulked. As far as we know, there's no gaps in there. It's totally covered. And we had been thinking that was the access for the rats that live in this building to get in and out. We weren't sure what would happen once we blocked off that access, whether they would be frantically trying to find another way to get out, whether they will quietly just die and mummify, or whether they have another route, or whether they were outside when we did this. I don't know. I don't know anything about this, but all I do know is that I haven't heard a single footstep since that happened, since we blocked off the outside. So we'll see. I don't know. I can't tell you they're gone. I don't know that they're gone, but we're going to find out. Okay, your speed test. A few questions. Speed test. The blazingly fast speed test I showed you a couple of weeks back where we had like 500 MPS. That was because I was sitting right next to our router. I plugged in directly to the router. So it didn't go through any of our sub-routers that we have here. It just went straight out to NTT, and it was insanely fast. 500 MPS up and like 600 down or something like this, other way around, I don't remember. Where I am now, I'm wired, but I'm wired into a subrouter, which is wired into a subrouter, which is wired into our main router. That's why I'm only getting now about 10% of that. So I've been around 40 or 50 or so for both down and up. But that is still insanely fast. It's more than fast enough for a stream like this at the level of bitrate we're doing. And Cameron and I sound now, the way we're trying to get through this conundrum is as we get the building ready for moving into the first floor, we are going to wire the place. We are going to run a physical wiring system around the whole building. So for our own internal use, we will not be using Wi-Fi. We will be wired to an intranet. Customers will have access to Wi-Fi, but we are going to wire ourselves totally up. Okay, more here. What it says, when you're carving the key block, how do you decipher what deserves its own block and what stays on the key block? I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. I don't know. When you're carving the key block, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't get this question either. How do you determine what deserves its own block and what stays on the key block? I don't know. There's a key block. The lines were decided by the artist. That's what I carved. I didn't make any decisions. And then for colors, I made some decisions. I want zone A, zone B, zone Z, zone A. So I'm sorry, I'm not sure about the question there. Somebody says here, if we've trapped the rats inside, then we'll start to smell it soon. And I'm not so sure that that's true. I'm not going to argue the point yet because I don't know. But we've, in the course of construction, both 3 years ago when we opened the second floor shop, or when we built the second floor shop, and then in the renovations downstairs, on 2 occasions, once 3 years ago and once a couple of weeks ago, we unearthed an actual rat's nest with rats living in it. And it's the room that we're in, the party room right now. When we ripped up the floor, they scurried away and left behind their nest. And in the nest were dead rats. They were rats that had died at some point in the past. And they were basically like mummified, all desiccated, dried up little objects. And that's what we found 3 years ago. And we found some more of those this last year when our son knocked out the back wall where the old air conditioner was. He heard scurrying. The rats that were living there scurried away out of sight. We cleaned up the nest with vacuum cleaners and plastic bags. And while we were cleaning it up, we found in the nest, right there where the new guys were living, desiccated, dried up, dead rats. So if these current owners, the current generation of rats up there, do get trapped in there and starve to death, I'm not so sure that it's all going to start to stink. I think they're small enough and it's very, very dry up there. So I'm suspecting they will just quietly desiccate. I may be wrong and we'll find out, but we'll see. Okay, where are we? Come around the bamboo. That's all clean and neat around the outside. Let's move down to the bottom side. Do the same thing. What are we still showing? Drop frames 0, CPU 16.2, live 55 minutes. Totally no problems yet. Let's see how this goes. right, let's see what happens here. This has gone beyond a joke, so let's see. It could be Suga-san, it could be Cameron, I'm not sure which. It's a light footstep, I'm not sure. Which of the two? Who is it?
Who is it?
It is Cameron. Okay, let's just watch this. It still says 0. Hi, CPU 13. CPU's gone to 14.5 now.
Because I've walked in.
I don't know. We're just trying to find. Yesterday was chaos. It broke into like 15 pieces. I've just been watching this minute by minute by minute. Is it the time? It could be 9 o'clock. I mean, you arrive at about 9. So
Yeah.
that Mac
Yesterday I arrived a bit earlier.
is that Mac still asleep? The one over there? I slept every other computer in the building here.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure.
Don't touch it. Don't wake it up. Just make sure
Yeah.
it's still sleeping.
It's off.
It's off.
Or
Okay.
asleep at least.
All right. Still we're at drop frame 0. CPU 14.3%.
Making sure everything I've got's disconnected.
Yeah, got your own phones turned off.
Yep, they're all off.
So this has gone beyond a joke. So here we are. You don't have a pacemaker, do you?
No, I don't.
Talk about anything else but software right now.
Oh no.
I did get some sleep last night.
Are you sure?
I did.
Okay, that's good.
And part of it was good. The order entry system is patched.
Wow.
I put band-aids on top of band-aids on top of band-aids. The order entry is okay. I'll explain to you when we get there.
Wow.
The subscription one, no. It's going to need a bit more. But
It's gonna need some more love.
so the way we're going to need to run them on the 10.6 Mac.
Okay,
Which
this
we
one over here.
yes, that's
Yeah.
okay. But they do run.
They do run. Okay.
They do run. And I don't know, I told you last night that, so it wasn't just the Mac OS update.
Yeah,
It was
it
one
just
punch.
2 punches the same day, and
Yeah, not just 2, but whatever. Here we are. Drop frame 0, CPU 13.1.
and then I get
Are you
closer.
gonna touch? He's gonna touch this machine. Let's try it. Whatever. I know they've been hugely chatting. I missed a bunch of it. I didn't copy enough, so I've missed a bunch of them. So trim it when you can.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of conversation I missed. It's a really long. It looks like an interesting stream.
Oh, good. I'm a cyborg wired to the net, and I'm mining Bitcoin from my phone again. I'm getting accused of that.
Anyway, just watch that
Okay.
drop frames and CPU. Watch it minute by minute, and let's see what happens here.
I've sat down in frame.
Actually, I was mentioning earlier about this that soon we are going to sort of wire this place, so we won't be using Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
explained when I plug directly into the router, I got like 500 MPS.
You're right.
Over here, I get a tenth of that.
Yeah.
We're going to wire, but somebody was saying don't do the wiring because next year the Wi-Fi standards are changing, and it's going to be, quote.
But we'd have to buy all new devices, wouldn't we?
I'm not worried about that, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi is changing. It's going to be faster than a wired connection. Really? I don't know much about it. All I know is the person who made a comment. I didn't even know who it was, but said, "Don't do that. Don't go to that trouble. Just wait for the new Wi-Fi standard, and then your problems will be gone."
Huh.
And I'm not sure because, as I said, when I plugged it in directly to the router, it just got phenomenal speeds.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that's the way we should move forward, but. If my knowledge is out of date, I stand ready to be corrected, So. The other thing I might need your help with soon, Suga-san's coming in this morning. She was off yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And she finished the rickshaw cart prints a couple of days ago. They're in the freezer. I haven't seen them. And she did some test printing on the new blocks for Metroid.
Meteoric power.
Power.
Yeah.
But I noticed in the email this morning from her,
Yeah.
there's an email saying, you did get my 60 sheets of paper ready for the printing of Meteoric Power to start on Friday, didn't you? The email was there this morning.
This morning?
And no, like last night, I was kind of busy with something else last night.
Oh,
like
no.
Trying to patch our software system. So I haven't got her paper ready. She's going to show up
Yeah.
like any
Minute now. Yeah.
And the answer to her question is,
Not yet.
your paper is not ready yet. So and she's coming in bright and cheerful, ready to get the paper ready and start on this brand new edition of a brand new Ukira Hills print.
Yeah.
And the paper is not hanging upstairs where it should be hanging.
Yeah.
So help me get through this one, please. So.
Got it.
Notice, take the blame or take the rap or something.
Yeah.
I did it. I made a software mistake, and David had to stay up all night fixing it, and that's why it's not ready. And
I'm the one who signed up for
take the rap,
SSOA.
please. She's okay. She's a nice girl, but she's going to be slightly disappointed.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, I'm half laughing, half crying.
Yeah.
So. How's our drop frames rate?
Still 0.
Still 0. It's because we're watching. It's like the rats, when you're watching.
Yeah. Just gotta watch it close.
Also, that too. We were chatting. I haven't heard a footstep.
All right.
Well, I don't know too soon for that, but I haven't heard footsteps. So were they outside when we did that, and they can't get back in?
Yeah.
Is that what it? They leave early in the morning or something? I'm sure that's not what happens, because they would come in and sleep during the day.
Yeah.
Then go out to do their carousing at night, and it's the other way around. We boxed them in during the day,
Right.
so they should be up there shivering and huddling in starvation fear.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know.
All right, guys. Time to start the DDoS attack on Mokuhanka. Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, you haven't seen that, have you? Have you opened your mail
overnight?
yet?
Oh my gosh, yes, I
You
did.
did see it, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've patched that. It's just one thing on top of each other. I woke up this morning and what in your email box is over 300, I think.
Yeah.
And in mine there was 600 because I get some stuff that you don't get. And that's carefully, those things are patched and protected against bots, but a bot found a way through it. And what he did was, I don't want to explain it in public because I don't want to talk about a security system.
Don't do it.
Whatever, the bot, it's the arms race.
Yeah.
And my script's protected against everything I've seen so far. And a bot had a new attack last night.
New idea.
And found its way through every single one of our contact form scripts.
Yeah.
And it all took place in about 3 minutes. Do you see it? 139, 140,
Yep,
149. And then Pair Networks must have put a bullet in it
Yeah.
while we were asleep. So you have a bit of cleaning up to do in your inbox
Yep,
this morning. So
Yeah. That's all this.
there's one thing on top of something else, on top of something else.
Yeah. People are saying, no, do wiring. Wiring will always be faster because the Wi-Fi, it's coming through a wire in the first place anyway, so it can't go faster than the wires that bring it in. And then they say, do Cat6 future-proof for 10 gigabit,
Already Cat 6. Is this what? This is...
the Ethernet cable.
but I mean, you can run longer cable. What's the
Yeah,
difference?
yeah. Got them.
I was just assuming Cat 5 was normal, but something different now? There's a level I don't know about?
Yeah, and they're backward compatible with older.
But is this
devices
something
too.
gigantic and thick, or... I
No,
presume-
they look pretty much the same.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're just wrapped tighter, and I think higher quality
Okay.
materials inside. So.
I've not even heard of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. They're pretty new. I was doing some research on it yesterday since I couldn't move forward on other projects. not ones by your fault. These are the ones that I messed up. I'm like, well, I can't get this to work on this computer, so I'll do research on the other project.
Before I forget, always in today, because our order entry software has not been talking to the website, none of the inventory has been getting updated, inventory changes.
Okay.
So OME doesn't know about stuff we've sold. So all
okay.
the Zyco data that shows
Yeah.
Asakusa figures is frozen.
Okay.
So OME isn't seeing, we're running out of something, we're running out of something. OME's not seeing that.
So just the last 2-3
It's from
days or
since
so.
the 11th,
Yeah.
yes. So nothing is gone. So
Okay.
if you're telling them, tell them that please for the next couple of days, don't trust that data.
Yeah. It's all a lie.
I have now fixed the software, so so
entries put in today will be
update it. Yes,
will
and
be
you and
updated.
I have to manually go back and fudge
do backdate
the ones. Yes. So,
Okay.
but from now on, every new order going in will adjust inventory totals automatically.
Great.
But I forgot we should tell them what's going on. Or
Yeah. Okay. Let's build Dave a backup story for Suga-san. So when she comes in.
well, I mean, I have my backup story that our systems all went down over the past couple of days, but I should have. Part of it is I forgot. I just in doing all that stuff, I forgot to do that. And
So Cameron still has the decent computer, or did he go back to the Game Boy? The Game Boy.
well, you've been demoted. Your
Yeah,
your brand new iMac upstairs no longer runs our software. So we're going to run our bookkeeping software on an ancient iMac, which is easily 12 or 13 years old. It's running 10.6 or 10.7.
One of those two, yeah.
It's okay.
It runs.
That was stable software, so it runs okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
How's the stream and stuff? Still?
Still holding steady.
But I mean, hold steady meaning perfect. Drop frames or whatever?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Zero. CPU usage?
15, 16.
Okay. It really could have been yesterday. I left Safari running in the background, and it could have been nothing more complicated than that because I had 2 windows with maybe 5 tabs each.
And
But in there was
running.
Yeah, on YouTube analytics and stuff, which gives a 10-second update. So that was constantly checking in the background. But that shouldn't have been so heavy.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been heavy enough to break a video stream. Yeah. But there were things going on, and Safari sometimes chews up way more, resources so, than it should do. So we'll see. I'll just have to try and get my morning checklist a bit more carefully, tightly structured. Kill Safari before starting stream.
Got it.
I can't kill Google because that's what we're seeing the chat. We're seeing the Twitch. I can't kill Chrome.
Right. Or else we can't talk to anyone. So there'll be the new Wi-Fi. It's 802.11ax. So they've done A, B,
I have no idea
G,
where there's N's and P's. No, I don't know the numbers. I'm sorry.
So no, AX I guess is the new one coming out. But the new Wi-Fi will also crash when your neighbors microwave their bean soup. And everyone likes to microwave their burritos next door to Mokohontan. I don't think there are any microwave burritos here.
No, but we have our own microwave, and of course, and we're very tight. We're very close to a restaurant next door with all kinds of giant kitchen and cooking gear and gadgets. And they probably have giant microwaves in their kitchen.
I bet.
Absolutely, and it's right there, the other side of that wall. Mm-hmm. It's very, very close.
Yeah.
In fact, now that I think about it, that may be a major cause of some of our problems.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the kitchen is right there, centimeters away from this wall.
Yeah. True, because these buildings are basically built on top of each other.
Next, there's pancakes side by side, and squish side by side. Zero clearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's actually probably a big deal. We're ignoring all the printmaking, just talking about Wi-Fi. So much for Japanese traditional printmaking stream. Come and talk about Wi-Fi.
And currencies and languages. We've had all sorts of and software problems. We've had all sorts of interesting topics lately.
Interesting in quotation marks.
Yes.
Suga-san's coming any minute now. I can feel it. Disaster's coming my way. If I hide under my bench or something.
There is no Dave.
Dave's on holiday.
Who is he?
Who's Dave? Also, we have to figure out the staff assignments today. Today it's you and me.
Okay.
And Kawai-san's coming, thinking he's going to do printing upstairs.
Oh, interesting.
And
I thought he was doing construction down. But because of
Aoyama-san, he's run away to take care of his
he's out
father.
of town. So
and what's it? The new boy. I don't know.
Koizumi-san
is here. He's doing okay with Teiko-san. He and Teiko-san yesterday did a couple of parties by themselves.
Oh, nice.
Now we're light on parties today. There's been a couple of cancellations overnight. So
Okay.
we got a big party at 10 o'clock, which I'll start, and then only one small one.
Oh, wow.
And the jobs that need doing are, we have to go and pick up those logs that I bought, and they're waiting. We sliced them up, and the guy said, "Okay, we can leave it here, but you got to come and get it in a couple of days because it's a bunch of wood stuck in the guy's office." And that means renting a truck to go and do that. And Aoyama-san yesterday morning made the plan. We will rent a truck in the morning, take out all the garbage that's waiting downstairs, take it to the recycle center, take the truck over to Kiba, pick up the wood, bring it back here, then take the truck back. But Aoyama-san, out he went. But now we have 4 people here. Me, you, Kawai-san, and Koizumi-san. Kawai-san has a license.
Yes.
Do you have a license?
I do, yeah.
Koizumi-san has a license, but he said, I don't know, driving inside Tokyo, he didn't look quite so happy about that. So, no way. That's one I'm not going to push, because the last thing I want is a young employee rear-ending somebody, and away we go. So he's out of the equation. But among the 4 of us, it might not be able to kill these jobs today. Call a rental truck company, book it.
Yeah.
You have to book 3 hours in advance.
Okay.
Then which 2 of us do that trip? Garbage, recycle center, Kiba, pick up wood, come back here, drop off the truck.
Yeah.
And the other two guys do print parties and shop, whatever.
Right.
So I'm not sure how to organize this. Teiko-san's obviously staying here. She will run the afternoon print parties with somebody else, and she can work with me or with Koizumi-san.
Oh wait, Teiko-san is also here today?
Yeah, she's the main. She's
Okay.
here. So I don't know. There's many ways to do it. You and Kawai-san could go and make that trip. I and Kawai-san could make that trip. You and me could go and make that trip.
Yeah.
Leave Kawai-san to work here in print parties. There's a number of ways it could structure itself out. So.
Yeah.
So when they get here in a few minutes, we have to sit down and figure out what to do, because it's a great chance to get that stuff done right now today.
Yeah, yeah.
We're low on parties, and we have a whole bunch of people here.
Yeah. I'm, however, also much more comfortable driving in rural areas because that's where I've done all my driving. It's been out of the city, so.
Yeah. It's a question of who's the most, not the question of who's the most trustworthy, but who's going to be the most careful and get through this. You know. Aoyama-san has been used to it. He's okay, but he's not here. So.
Right.
It's not a giant truck. We're talking about a K, what do you call it? You know, the little...
Keitora.
And it won't have navigation, so somebody's got to be either to navigate with their own Google, or I'm going to be on the side seat with my laptop navigating, or whatever, you know. And it's Friday, which means the traffic's pretty busy, and it's heavy traffic in Tokyo on Fridays.
Westwind 77. How's driving in downtown Tokyo? Great.
Stop and go.
Stop and go.
Stop
Mostly
and go,
stop.
Stop and go,
but,
stop and go. So.
Yeah. Slow moving.
Nobody drives inside Tokyo for fun. It's 99% trucks and taxis and stuff like that.
Yeah. People living here, they
nobody,
they don't bother with it.
Nobody commutes into Tokyo by car. It's just inconceivable. You know?
Yeah.
I say nobody, but whatever.
Very, very few people. There's wonderful public transit systems. Trains and buses.
But if you're going to carry something, like we do today, if you've got to...
Can't bring a log onto the tree.
No, exactly. So.
Our frames haven't dropped yet, and Dead Steve claimed it was going to fall apart at 9:12. That was his guess.
Prediction?
Yep. And others just saying, Dead Steve, I think you owe us all $5.
No, it's just saying, thanks to anybody, or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
No penalty for having the stream come up, you know.
Yeah.
Have him make his prediction every day just to fail.
Yep.
Any price. Yeah. Should you start Safari up in the background to see if it's going to... No. I wasn't serious.
I know. Start it up. Start downloading some big things.
Yeah, that's right. Run a BitTorrent client.
Yeah,
should be
perfect.
okay. So.
2 or 3, I think, would be best. Just to test it out. Where do they drive for fun? Someone said, if not downtown.
Of course, out of town. People go for a drive. They go for a quote drive.
Yeah,
quote, of course. You know.
I remembered being very surprised. I was talking to some guy when I was living out in the mountains. I asked, what do you like to do for fun around here? He says, doraibu suru. Like, I just drive.
Doraibu suru. So.
They go for long drives through the mountains because beautiful views as the roads wind through or over the rivers and by the cliffs. It's beautiful.
You tell her.
コンピューターの問題がいっぱいありましたので、動作の時間はなかったようです。
Sugi-san, don't cry ね。I'm sorry. 本当にすごい大きい。
超時間もったいない。
はい。
今日休めばよかった。何？ ちゃった今日。もう
来ちゃった今日。
来ちゃった今日。どうするデビットさん。どうする。
僕もどうする。睡眠時間が少なくなったんです。
コンピュータ
コンピューターじゃない、ソフト全部、会計ソフト全部ダウンになったんです。まだ治ってないです。
ーどうしよう。
そう、どうしよう。私も今ちょっとどうしよ
う。どうする。
僕もどうする。I don't know。
じゃあ動
大きい問
作は
題ですね。
動作はどうする。いつやる。
I don't know。本当にトラブルですよ。ごめんね。冗談じゃないです。トラブル。
どうしよう
いや
か。
今2日の間に会計ソフトが動かなくなったんです。そう
どうするよ。
どうする。
どうしようか。
だから今日パーティー少ないでしょ。
今日できる。でも明日動作っていうか紙示すだけ来るのもったいないよね。紙示すだけ来るか。そしたら。
今何チョンさんの作品のためのものですね。
どうしようか。そしたらじゃあ、なんか違うのやるか。違うのっつってもな。違うの。でもできるやつ。
スルさんはやったことないですね、動作。
はい、動作
やったことないでしょ。
でも。
じゃあちょっと今考えて、もしね、キャメラさんね、これからの外の仕事、ね、河合さんと岡本さんが河合さんとキャメラさん行って、僕は中の仕事ね、テイコさんと中。そうすると、今駅を入れて、午後になると、すぐさんと一緒に動作やる。やったことないでしょ。
それで、
そうすると、すぐさんの時間を、意味がある。
ただ、明日紙できるってこと
だから、これより早くできないですね。今、午後で。
一番早くて明日だよね。
引いて、今日干すと、今日示すこと考えられないですね。本当に一番早い方法は、明日になりますね。来週かどうか。
じゃあ来週にするか。来週。
まあ、示すとか来週しかないですね。ですが、今、すぐさん今日いらしたんですから。
でも今日テストやる。
今、パック2つですね。私出したパック2つですか。テストといえば。
テスト1個と、あと、ヒーローズ。
テスト、まだ今
日やる。
そっか。じゃあ、今日の予定はこのテストプラス示し。
そうすると来週からできる。
じゃあ、もし、考えて、今日金曜日でしょ。
今日金曜日。
じゃあ、今夜か明日、僕どうせやって、私がすぐさんのために自分で私がちょっと待って、わら、やり方は違いますが、僕はそんなにひどくないですから、なんとかしまして、
プロだから。
いや、これ感じで、好みやりますよ。どれぐらい示すとか、プレスショーも。
そうね、プレスもね。
はい。I'm stacking up jobs for myself here. 今夜動作、干す。明日土曜日でしょ。取って、カット。プレス、示す、冷凍庫。
いいよ。そしたら明日やる。
やるといえば何？一緒に動作。
動作か。
だからそれもトレーニングのためにそのものありますよ。前は渋さんと一緒にやったんですが、渋さんはもう自分でできることになりました。そのことを
そうだよね。じゃあ今日テストをやっ
We can do that today. 今日午後、もしね、キャメロンさんがそのものやると、今テスト始めて、帰る前かな、3時ぐらいとか、2人でシュッやります。それ悪くない。それから明日僕が取って示す。そうすると、 予定通り、月曜日からすりが始まります。と、プラスアルファは今日、トレーニング。It's okay, let's do this.
それでやる
Let's do this.
じゃあそうしよ
レイちゃんもいますからよ。
いました
Shop is okay, it's alright. レイちゃんと、テイコさんと、
小泉さん。
小泉さん。
う。小泉さん。
And you and 河合さん
Goodbye.
together, goodbye, get up, whatever.
Get out of here. Okay.
河合さん今日来る
来る予定です。
来るよね
彼がすると思いますが、he's going to get a surprise. He's going to be driving a truck instead. I think that might work out. Let's do this. Let's do this.
そしたらじゃあ、
じゃあ今の間にちょっとテスト始めてくだ
テストやって
さい。で僕このストリーム終わってから駅を用意して、
OK
そうすると3時間4時間後、午後になった
だからら
一緒に
解けたら
Let's start。
やるオッケーオッケーオッケー。
そうですね。本当に I'm sorry ね。本当に今2日の間に本当に結構クライシスあったんですよ。
大変だったのね
I'm sorry.
いやそれだし私あとマリオねマリオすごい今回ダメですごめんなさいデビッド
Is it time for me to get angry at you? Whatever.
本当に
Let's have a look at it later. Whatever. Okay.
ごめんなさい
It's straight to the Twitchers here. The stream is just sort of frozen while we work
Yeah.
this out. I'm sorry.
And
If the
they're all
stream-
laughing. They're like, Cameron keeps getting paler and paler. Dave has fear in his voice.
If the stream doesn't collapse through Wi-Fi reasons, it stops because we were doing that. Sorry.
Something else, yeah.
Whatever, you can tell him I was supposed to have paper ready for her this morning,
Yeah.
and because of all the crap
Oh, there you go.
the last couple of days, it was half forgotten and half whatever, hands in the air, nothing I can tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. How much more of this can we actually
Do.
handle? I don't know. Well, you didn't know one more. You left here about, normal time 5 last night,
Yeah.
About 5:15. Bim bom, somebody comes in. I'm at the back, you're doing
Yeah.
mail or whatever. And somebody says, is Dave here?
Yeah.
Whatever Tegusan sends him to back. It's Connor.
Oh, right.
So a 2-hour meeting. That's what took
It was
most.
2 hours.
Of course, he was here
Oh,
to talk
yeah.
about the top
The tools and
secret
everything.
tool projects. So I looked at him. What am I going to say? Go away, because
Yeah.
I can't do that. So he was here from Osaka.
Wow.
So that chewed up most
Much
of
of the
last
evening,
night.
yeah.
So it was like 10 o'clock before I even got started on that software problem. So,
But got some ideas? Was it a good,
well,
good
yes
chat?
and no. I know I
Okay.
can't.
Talk about everything. of
Yeah,
course, but-
right now. But he's eager, he's willing, he's okay to do some of this. But
Mm-hmm.
when we actually, he described to me what he thought would be the result of this. Okay, here's what I
Yeah.
can do for you. After all the setup, we can do this. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
What was your previous plan? And our previous plan with the sled on the table saw, cutting parts,
Yeah.
making jigs and cutting part number 1, part number 2, part 3. We're actually a lot faster.
Huh.
Because for him, it's a person sits there, puts a piece of wood into the CNC machine, stands back while the CNC machine does its cut,
Yeah.
cut. Then the person takes it out, puts another piece of wood in. It needs a person to run this machine.
Oh,
We're not at the level like an Apple factory robot where the robots do the placing and picking and placing and picking. So there's no labor advantage, and that machine is insanely slow.
Oh, interesting.
So cutting parts for tools by CNC machine sounds kind of cool. Look at that. It was all done without the touch of human hands.
Except for the human hands putting
At
it
our level, it still needs human intervention to
Got
watch the machine
Okay.
and stuff. So I'm not, and boy, he said the same thing. I'm really not so sure if I can get the productivity anywhere near useful for you. So I don't know. This is not some kind of magic bullet. Wow, new robots and machines, and all of a sudden Mokanka will be selling tools tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's perhaps not going to happen quite so simply. Because he's talking about desktop scale stuff, not talking about factory automation level
Right.
of CNC. He's talking about desktop CNC,
Okay.
which is one person running one little machine, and it goes zzz, 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 zzz.
Yeah.
See, this is not very productive. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But another couple of hours last night went
To chat about that.
on that discussion. Dave-chan, good morning. Didn't see you there. Sorry. Hello, hello.
Oh, Dave's going to carve also? That's Ken Hallett says. Yep, you get to carve too. After all the other things we've been doing.
90 minutes a day, you mean? So,
Yeah. Oh, good morning.
hello, hello.
We're asking, do they need to size more paper? Yes, that was part of things. Talking about sizing paper, but
Yes.
also some things we need to do outside of the
Also,
shop and things.
I'm
around.
going to need your help on another part of it. Kanai-san. She's gone off on holiday to
Oh.
her family's place,
Wow.
and she wanted paper blocks before she left so she could moisten them, and I didn't do it. So she is going by the tone of the Japanese in the email. Itsu ni naru? 10. So she's pissed off at me too.
Got it. Ohio
Take your
gozaimasu.
son. Hey, you're drinking on the train
Already in the
on way
morning?
Oh, look at, that's a liter and a half. Coming up, she's come up the stairs with a can of beer in her hand. Yeah, it was on the step outside, was it? That's your story. You're sticking to it. Okay. And there's been a cancellation take us on a few minutes ago.
Which one?
The afternoon, family of 3. Thanks. Canceling on the same day. Thank you, family of 3. Should I tell your name and expose you to ridicule? We're going to have to change the policy, man. We're going to start charging cancellation fees.
Yep.
This is
I think so.
people are just taking advantage of us now.
Yeah.
So, just booking and saying, "Oh, I don't have time for that. Sorry."
Yeah.
Bang, and we're stuck with an empty party space.
Yep.
So,
Lost party chance.
yeah, and other people have turned away.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to start
Yeah.
once we get out of this.
Mad period. Yeah. But
And they didn't care. They just said, "Can't make it." Bingo. That's it. Just screw you.
Kanji Cat says, I would love to buy one of those pointy little tools Dave uses to poke the tiny areas. One made from a sewing needle. It
So
looks
you
like.
make your own. This isn't something you can buy. There's nobody selling these that I know of, and it's dead simple to make. You just cut yourself a little piece of wood that will make the handle,
Yeah.
and you don't drill anything. Whatever. You just get a sewing machine needle, a strong sewing machine needle, not the little household one. But
Right,
This was for like sewing canvas or whatever. And you just hammer it in. Just hammer it down into the end, and then on your sharpening stone, make a sort of shape on the tip.
Cool.
This is not delicate, sharpening
Yeah.
that is slicing. This is a poker. It picks things out.
Okay.
So it's a dead simple tool.
So you don't frequently resharpen that, right?
I reshape it because now and then it starts to get a bit dull. But this
Okay.
is not. It's not actually cutting. What's the word? It doesn't have a blade that is slicing. It's
Right.
poking and
Okay.
popping up.
Prying things out. Okay.
So it's a miniature pry bar actually. And it's dead simple to make.
Someone says, so in the end, what is Suga-san going to do today? And other answers, walk around saying, "Doshio kana."
No. Okay, what she's doing this morning is the plan. Her plan for today was to do the next test printing on the print we call Meteoric Power. We did a test printing of 4 sheets. She did a test printing of 4 sheets last week.
Right.
The blocks were okay, but they clearly needed adjustment. But Chon-san was here while she did that. He took the blocks away with him, and he's been spending the intervening time making the adjustments.
Right.
So her plan today was to start another test print. She's got 4 sheets of paper ready for that.
Yeah.
But also during the day sometime, if the test printing was moving forward okay, looks like we're good to go, she would take the 60 sheets of real paper that I was supposed to prepare for her last night. She would then moisten it, put it in the freezer. So when she comes Monday morning, it was ready to go.
Got it.
So she can still do her test printing today. She's going to be busy all day. The problem comes next Monday.
Yeah.
And as I said, we've worked out sort of a plan B right now. And that if she and I do the dosa work, the sizing work this afternoon together, I will then do the moistening tonight, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So she will be ready on Monday. So it looks like we're back to normal. But her work today is not going to change. The problem was her work from Monday.
Yeah.
And you heard her voice. She was
Unhappy.
unhappy.
Yeah.
That's about as unhappy as you can get with the boss without,
Yeah.
You didn't back me up at all. You just sat there like a quiet lump, keeping your head down. Ah! Thanks a lot, guy.
What do you want me to say?
Anything, back me up a little bit. Come on, Subi-san, please understand, Dave is really stressed these days, or whatever. Or you could say, because of a mistake I made or something, you can come on, put your head on the block, sacrifice yourself.
I'm sorry.
I even warned you about it, got you warmed up for it.
Yeah,
A lot of help you are.
I know. I froze in terror.
Women, eh?
Yeah.
So.
I'll have no fury like a woman scorned. Is that what the expression
Not
is?
opposed to being scorned.
Yeah, or scorning. Yeah. Let's see.
Some wingman you are.
Yeah. Yeah. People are saying, "Oh, a cancellation fee or a deposit to reserve." It's hard to collect. Hard to get collections on tourists that'll be half the world away the next day. So yeah, it would be a deposit to reserve is the idea.
Or just pay in advance. I
Yeah,
think
just pay
it's
in advance for the whole thing.
When people reserve, just pay. That's the way most
Tour packages
Sure,
go.
of course. The people who have bought through a tour pack, they have paid the tour company.
Yep.
Yoshimi-san's cooking class down the street. When you click to reserve, it directs you to PayPal and you pay. And people do that.
Yep.
Then we do the cancellation policy the other way around. If they cancel, X days in advance, we will send the money back. Whatever.
Yeah.
It works the other way around instead. So. And clearly, we need to switch to that system. So we're just being stood up way too many times.
Yeah.
Because it's free and easy, people are taking advantage of us.
Like, oh, that might be fine. We'll just book it.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
then,
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
sorry, we're on the wrong side of
We had
Tokyo.
one last week. They booked two. They booked 2 slots.
And then
They booked it
missed
for Thursday,
both?
booked it for Friday. No, it showed up
Oh,
for only one of them. Because we've made it so simple and easy. We're being taken advantage of. So
Yeah.
whatever. Those days are going to end as soon as we get out of this busy season and get time to sort it out.
got it.
In case people are curious about the beeping, Koizumi-san's cleaning the stairs.
Yeah.
Somebody was mentioning. I read through yesterday's stream after when I was finally eating dinner after what's his name left. And somebody was nostalgic for the old days of when the battery in the beeper was dying.
Oh, it's beep.
I'm not sure if nostalgic is the right word for that, but whatever. So. I think it's going to work out. I just got to finish this little round here. It's going around the hammer, and we're done. Is that what time is it?
Yeah, it's just barely after 9:30. So.
Okay, I'll work that fast. Okay, so I'll just finish this. And what are our drop frames rate and stuff like that?
Nothing. It's all
Nothing.
good.
So we've had a perfect.
day.
Look at that.
Despite me sitting here.
All right, so good. And I took care, like I said, no other software in the machine. Shut down the other computers. So okay, I'll try and remember day by day.
デビスさん。デビスさんいますか？
今、
Hi, I'm here. What's up?
お客さんです
お客さんです。ちょっといいですか？
あ、まだ生放送中ですけど。
Who is it? Who is
I don't know,
it?
who is it?
Come in. Whatever.
Yep, come on over. Oh, come on. Over. Hello. Here a little
Good
early.
afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Have you met Steve before? Or?
Yes. I'm not for the print party today. I just wanted to speak with you for a moment if I can.
Okay, sure. At the moment, we're on a live broadcast right now. Is it okay? Is it secret or is it
I
okay?
know. Then maybe I come a bit
Wait,
later.
just
Or-
a few
or
minutes?
We can talk
or-
now, but is it secret? Or-
I will come a bit later. Then. Sorry.
Okay, give me about 5 minutes. Go and relax and take a minute in the print party room. I'll be finished in 5 minutes. I'll be there.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
no
problem. Give me 5 minutes. Thank you.
Okay.
I recognize his face. He was here last week or something. I don't remember what was going on. So.
It's okay. It says, please tell the secrets. Kantar is asking whatever the secret was. Okay.
All right, Kevin, get ready to wrap this up
Yep.
then, because I'm just about finished this little tiny thing
Okay.
here. And
Pretty much
and
done.
what's the schedule going to be? Today's Friday, and if I'm still alive
Yeah.
by tomorrow,
By tomorrow.
whatever it's now, I'm just whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I haven't done this yet, but at some point, really, I may have to just do stuff like post a notice saying, Twitch, I'm sorry, but
We're out today.
like that I should have done today. If I had remembered, I should have done that sizing this morning. Well, actually, I could have even done a sizing stream, whatever. So let me put that thing on the table that it's possible now. The next few days, really fixing that software.
Just chaos.
The next few days are kind of crazy, and it's possible. And maybe I'll just put a notice on the front door, the Twitch front door, saying, "Sorry, guys,
Yeah.
I cannot do this today."
Okay.
So let's leave it open for the moment, but stand by, ready for that option that there may not be a stream on 1 or 2 or something of the upcoming days because things are kind of
Yeah.
crazy here right now. So.
Nexus Trimian says, Dave, if you need a day off from Twitch, it's okay. We understand.
Yeah, people are okay with us, but it's just let's put that option front and center.
Yep.
Because,
We will see you later. Have
let
a
me
great
zoom out
evening.
here. I've got this block done. We have it done, I think. There it is.
All right.
They look.
Thanks a lot.
All right, sun is off, sir. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time. Thank you.
Have a good one. Thanks.